Hello everyone, this is going to be the second part of the fifth episode of the Seb Ahmed podcast, and today we're going to talk about first upgrading your character. We're going to go over a few points from that, then we're going to talk about relationships and to analyze yourself and learn from your mistakes. So, first, what we're going to start off with is upgrading your character, and in particular, we're going to talk about first fitness and strength. So, for you, Seb, what is the most important thing about improving your fitness and your strength?
For me, when I hear the word strength in specific, is for me to be able at least there's a baseline, on strength, is to be able to at least handle yourself as strength, There's always a baseline. What is strength to you? Pick up heavy bags from grocery, you know what I'm trying to say? Or to lift more heavier in gym. For me, strength is to be able to have the strength to be able to deal at least with yourself, with your weight. And if you're able to do that or more, that's already making you stronger. So for me, for example, strength could be doing, for example, calisthenics, your own body weight exercises. Because that, for me, that's my baseline, like strength, in terms of strength. I don't feel strong if I cannot at least do 50 push-ups for me. For me, it's like it as a baseline. If I cannot do 50 more push-ups, okay, I'm weaker now. I'm weak now. I don't know why. That's for me the baseline. So that for sure is like the strength for me, at least. The baseline is to be able to manage my own body weight. Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, strength, it's pretty much how strong you are, obviously, but it's for me, it's how I improve it is through the gym because I don't really do a lot of calisthenics usually. From time to time, I do push-ups in the gym when I'm training my back. I always start with pull-ups, but I don't really do that many calisthenics. So for me, strength is basically not just the ability to lift weights at the gym, but also to transfer that into real life, into situations that you could have, because it sometimes happens that you need to pick up something heavier or something like this, or you help your father with something on the house or whatever. These things happen and helps in that regard, but also strength is also a necessary skill for me, in my opinion, because it's required for many things. Like as an example, in fighting, like if you do some kind of a martial art, I think strength is very important for that as well, because strength is important there for your punches, kicks, whatever martial art you're doing. If it's grappling, even more so, because you have more things there where you have to physically push the other person and things like this. But on improving your strength, basically, it's pretty much easy to plan it out, and it's just difficult to do it physically because it's just progressive overload basically to improve your strength. And here it comes in, what do you want to achieve through the gym? Do you want to achieve more strength? Do you want to achieve better appearance, or do you want both? And progressive overload is actually going to help you with both, and the way you train is going to target one of the two. So basically, if you want to improve your strength, you're going to be doing um, lower amount of repetitions with heavier weight when you're in the gym. And if you want to improve how you look, basically, and muscle hypertrophy, you're going to do that through more repetitions with lighter weight. And for both, you're going to use your progressive overload, but for strength, you're also going to be doing more, let's say, 1 rep maxes, so you can actually test your strength and see how much you're progressing. But in general, it will come through consistent work and consistently challenging yourself more and more. And with a lot of things, it's like this: if you challenge yourself more and more over time, that's how you're going to improve at that.
I agree. I have no words. I agree. Because you just stole the words of my tongue, because it's true. Progressive overload. That's a thing that you can apply in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good way to put it in terms of strength. I like what you said about martial arts, I'm not gonna lie. The thing is about martial arts, strength is like the perfect example is body weight divisions. 50 kg, featherweight, lightweight, and batang weight, all of those. Because I do taekwondo, and usually we go by body size on each other. And for me, I mean, not really. If you can go and choose like, oh, we can do body weight, you know, if you want to really. But it's mostly, oh, pick a friend and you can train against each other. For me, it was like in taekwondo. So my other friend who is 6 foot minimum, and I'm 5'6", just for you guys to understand. He's 6 or plus above 100%. Like he's tall as fuck, and he's heavier. He doesn't look like one of those tall guys who are skinny. He's put on muscle, but like, you know, he doesn't look skinny for a tall guy. So, and I train him against taekwondo. So his legs are bigger, longer, heavier. He has more force power than me. But even against, when you're trying, like, for example, the martial art thingy, when you train against heavier people than you, or that have more body strength than you naturally get better. You get better in strength. I trained him against him the whole, like, 2 years straight, at least 1.5 or something like this. And he would, at first I was scared. I was like, bro, like, keep, like, don't do full force, you know. Don't do full force, because when we would do like side kicks. And for people who know side kicks, you know, just side kick him, yeah. And when he would put full in force, I would just fly. Right now I can handle it. We have those, you know, like special cautions that you hold for them to kick. And we would do a side kick before. Like I would stand in a stance where I could like receive the force, but at the same time stand, you know. So before I would just like go back like this and come back down. Right now he punches like this. That's it. I keep standing. So I would like, bro, just give me all of it, all of you can. And I'm used to it now. And against him now, because he's training against somebody who is less body weight than me, right? Sorry, than himself. Now he got. I guess it can affect you because you get used to, I guess, practicing and training against kind of weaker people, right?
Yeah.
So I guess he lost that kind of the strength, is like the strength he had before. And for example, now when I go full force kick on a roundhouse, he sometimes can handle it. He sometimes like, oh shit, that hurts. So for example, would hold the pads here, where you're supposed to kick when you're supposed to do a roundhouse, and he'll be like, okay, bro, okay, less power in there. So yeah, it's certainly a thing about the martial arts. You think like strength is important. Yes, you can improve your strength in every way when you're doing martial arts. We'll speak about this even a little bit later, guys. We have a point on fighting skills, but martial arts, if you train against people who are bigger than you and stronger, oh yeah, your strength is gonna be boosted for sure. By time, takes time. Obviously, you cannot get used to like a guy who is like taller than you, bigger, do a side kick and you don't fly away like the first few months. It's gonna be hard, but you need to get used to it.
Also, some other things that go into your strength are other overall aspects of your health and your fitness, basically. So, like,
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about diet and sleep. Like, these things improve your strength a lot. Like, if you sleep enough, if you recover enough, it's going to help you a lot, and it's also going to increase your testosterone. And when you eat properly, that's also going to increase your testosterone. And if you eat good things, it's also going to help your muscle recovery, and muscle recovery also comes when you're sleeping. So these two things, diet and sleep, can help you improve your strength a lot as well, and can also improve you basically your body, like your muscles. If you're training for hypertrophy, like if you're training for just your muscles to be bigger, to look better, diet and sleep also help you a lot in that. Diet and sleep are the two most important things beside the gym. And if you're just going to the gym and not doing the two other things right, you're not going to see as much progress as you could be seeing. Because diet controls your weight, basically. It's not about how much you're running, how much you're training. It's about the diet that controls your weight. If you want to gain weight, you need to eat more. If you want to lose weight, you need to eat less. And the diet is going to control your weight. Because if you just work out and you don't count your calories, you don't track your calories, then it's going to be very hard to actually achieve your goal in terms of weight, because you don't know how much you're eating, and that's what actually influences your weight. It's not about working out, it's about eating. But when you work out, let's say if you want to lose weight, you can lose weight without working out as well. If you just cut your calories and you eat less basically. But when you start going to the gym while cutting calories and while losing weight, that's going to make it so that you're in the same time losing the fat off of your body and you're making the muscles bigger and you're basically losing more body fat when you are actually training in the gym. And when you are gaining weight, you can gain weight without going to the gym. But if you go to the gym and you gain weight with the help of your diet, then you're going to directly build muscle when you are gaining weight. So diet is incredibly important, and sleep just gives you benefits. Like there's no negative from sleeping basically. It's going to help your recovery, it's going to help your testosterone, it's going to help your muscle growth, it's going to help many things about you.
Sleeping is like water and food. You cannot live without it. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just for the people who think about if they sleep too much, it could deal with either sleeping disorder or it could be some mental issues like stress or depression for some people, I guess. Me personally, I never had none of those stuff. And when I do sleep long, it's either like 8, 9, and in between, I wake up to go to the bathroom, and that's it. But if someone experiences like too much sleep, like it can be 10 hours and above, you might consider checking up on a doctor or thinking if you had any mental issues, I guess. Just throwing out there.
Sleep shouldn't be more than 10 hours. Should be like the optimal amount would be between 8 and 10 hours. You could do less if you wanted to, if you had to do
7, it
it.
depends on people, but yeah.
It depends on people, depends on how much time you have for things. Like if you have to prioritize something, if you, let's say, you go to work from 9 to 5 and then you are also building a business, yeah, maybe you need to cut some hours off of your sleep in order to be able to build up that business and then quit your job and focus on that full time. So you might, at some points of your life, need to sacrifice some sleep, but if you are able to get 8 hours of sleep consistently all the time, you should be doing that.
So we just finished our strength, guys. We'll move into speaking about physical appearance. On that part, just so you know, guys, we're listing down things. So this is the second chapter for those who didn't watch the first one. So go back and watch the first part of How to Fix Your Life for Men, and we're on a part where we're talking about upgrading character. Okay, the concept is you upgrade yourself. Let's say like in GTA, it can there's tier list of things that you need to upgrade yourself, and that's what we're talking about right now. For those who don't understand. So the next coming up is physical appearance. It could be you being fit. It could be you being good looking. So Ahmed, what do you think on that?
Well, the most important thing, whoever you ask that looks good or has somewhat focus on these things, is going to tell you the first and most important thing is fitness and going to the gym basically. Because it doesn't have just one benefit. It's not that your muscles are going to get bigger. It's not only that. That is going to happen, but also you're going to lose body fat. It's going to be your body is going to be more defined, but also you're going to lose body fat in your face as well. And that's going to make your face look better as well. And it is going to also boost your testosterone, which is also going to make your face look better and more angular, because when you lose the body fat, basically, more of the bones are showing, and that is more attractive. And when your testosterone is higher, it's also going to be more angular, and those bones are going to show more basically. So going to the gym is the number one most important thing that is going to help you in a lot of different ways, because people think it's going to just improve your body, but it's not only your body, it's also it improves your face. Because maybe when you are really high body fat, like when you're 30% body fat or something, when you go down to 20, maybe you're not going to see that much difference in your face. But when you go down to 10 or something like this, that's when you're going to see a lot of difference in your face as well. So when you go down in body fat, you have to also look at your face and see how your face is changing and decide to what body fat you want to be based not only on how your muscles look, but also how you look facially, because appearance, whatever we say, it is going to be important, and every time you see somebody, you judge him by his appearance instantly. Like, no matter what we say, yeah, there's personality and all these things, but when you see somebody, you're automatically subconsciously making some assumptions about him, about what he's like, about does he go to the gym, about does he prioritize his health? Because when you see somebody who is good looking, who is wearing some nice clothes, and when you see somebody who looks like he's homeless, you're going to think two completely different things. Like, that's obvious. You cannot hide that, and you cannot say that doesn't matter. Of course, one person could be a bad person and the other person could be good, but like, it doesn't really matter. What we're talking about right now is just the physical appearance. And you have to be a good person, but the better appearance you have, the more chance you have to also show off your personality, because a lot more people are going to feel better around you and they're going to want to talk to you more when you look better. No matter what your personality is, some people are not going to talk to you just because of how you look, and that's to some degree normal.
They feel embarrassed to be around you.
Yeah,
I
it
think
can
let's
be.
just put it the harsh way, the truth way. Some people will feel embarrassed to be around you because you look certain way. And that's totally normal because you understand, well, happens. But be like, oh, maybe if they get to know me, they would spend more time. Maybe, probably they would.
But
But
would they
you
get
also
to
gotta
know you?
understand, would they get to know you? Like that's the certain point. So you have to like throw yourself out there and look charismatic. Look how they put this. To look good, and people be like, shit. I want to get to know him. Like, how the fuck? Like, I'm sure because there's no way people who look good didn't go through something to look good. Maybe some people are like naturally, like good genes and they look good, whatever. But of course, everyone go through puberty, everyone go through acne, pretty much almost everyone. So some people had to go through something, right, in order to achieve how they look. So there's always something like this uniqueness about anybody. And if you see that he's good looking or her, for sure they have, tried at least to look good. That's why they look good right now. So, and that's why you want to go meet them. That's why, like, out there.
So basically, people need to put in work in order to become better looking, because it contains a lot of things. It's not only about, let's say, your body or only about the shape of your face. It's also about other things that you have to go through. So let's say if your skin is not very good, you need to get some products and you need to do some skincare routine. You need to figure out a good haircut for you, because it's different for different people. Like, some haircuts don't look good on some people and other haircuts look better on them. But that is also going to, like, for me, in my opinion, a haircut can completely change how your face looks, and I can notice this only when I cut my hair. So let's say right now, I'm gonna take my headphones off just for a second so you can see. I haven't gotten a haircut recently, and tomorrow I'm going to get a haircut, and just cutting my hair with the same hairstyle changes how my face looks. When I have less hair on the sides, when I have a little bit less hair on top, it changes how my face looks. And something that actually surprised me when I started doing it is that also doing my hair, because I use hair wax for my hair. Currently, I'm not using it, obviously, but when I do use it, it also feels like it has changed my facial shape, because when you look at yourself, you're not only looking at the face, like the hair is also a part, like you're not only looking at this, the hair also comes into this and it contributes in the overall shape. So when I use wax and when I style my hair properly, it makes my face look better. So for people that want to have a little bit longer hair and they want to have a hairstyle like me or whatever other hairstyle you want to do, using hair products is going to help you a lot. Unless you have a buzz cut like Seb, you should be using some kind of products that will make your hair look better, because I don't really know for all of the hair types. I know for mine, because I have straight hair, I know how I can do things with this. I know that I need hair wax and I need to style it properly to the side or whatever I want. And for other types of hair, there are other products like sea salt and whatever, and pomade or whatever the fuck it's called, but you have to watch some videos and get informed on that and see for your hair type what is a good hairstyle, because not every hairstyle can be on every hair, because like with straight hair I cannot have don't even know what it's called, but where basically it drops kind of to your forehead to here or whatever. I cannot have this because my hair is like completely straight, and I could use there some products that can make your hair look more wavy or more curly, but I don't really want to get into that stuff, because for me it's good enough when I just do my hair and it looks completely different. Like, it's very interesting when I use the product and when I style my hair, I look completely different facially, and that's why I always make sure to have wax. I actually have some right here. So basically, I have in my bathroom right now, but it's towards like it's on the bottom of the thing. But I'm going to literally show what exactly I use. It is it's Taft by Schwarzkopf. They have a few different ones. This is the power styling wax. So basically, you can see here it says 5 hold and 3 shine. So basically, it's not very shiny, and I mean, it depends. Shiny can be good on some
It
hairs,
makes your hair
but
look natural.
yeah, when
There
it's
we go.
not shiny, it's like you can see this with people because I've paid attention to this online, and because I know what it's like to have hairstyle like this, and I know what it's like to style your hair. Basically, on some people that use good wax that has no shine, it looks like they haven't used wax, but I know that it's physically impossible for your hair to look like that unless you use wax.
Yeah.
So it can be very good, and I have the one that is more hot because this specific one, they have like a few different models. They have one that is with more shine. They have one that is with whatever the fuck, I don't know. I just use this one because it holds my hair for more time. Because when I'm going to school, I wake up at 6. So basically at let's say 6:30, I do my hair, and I need my hair to be like this until, like, it depends on my school program, but until either 3 or like even 5.5 is where I come home. So basically I need it for a lot of time, and that's why I get this one that is with more hold. And what I realized with time, because this is also in a way almost like a skill to be able to make your hair well and to figure out how to do it properly. So something that I had to figure out is don't be scared to get a little bit more than you think you should, because when you get too little of it and you spread it on your hands and you do something, it looks like you haven't done anything. And I figured out that using more than needed is always better than using less than needed, because there's only one negative that could happen. Your hair could look a bit more shiny, but who gives a fuck, basically. If your hair is in a good shape and it looks good, then being more shiny wouldn't be a problem. And I can even make a tutorial on this with my phone in the bathroom, but basically I'm going to give you a little bit of trick here how to do it. So basically, not going to show you right now with the wax because I don't want to mess up my hands and I have to go and wash them and whatever. But basically you're going to get on top of 2 fingers, most likely. You're going to just get it like this on your 2 fingers, then you're going to spread it on your hands, and I'm going to show how I do it. So I'm going to mute my microphone so there's no echo, but I'm going to show how I do it. So basically, my microphone is going to be muted on Discord, but on OBS you can hear it. So basically, I don't know if you hear me well, but when I have it like this, first I do here on the back of the head, like this. And then with this hand, I do this side like this. Then with this hand, like this. And then here. And then with the 2 hands like this. So basically what I'm doing is with the different hands, I'm doing different parts of my head, and that is the optimal way, because like with the fingers here, I do the back here, and then with the rest of the left hand I do this part, and then like this in front, and then like this on the side, because my hair sticks out a lot here on this part, so I'm pushing this down with my whole hand, so there's more wax that goes onto that part here. And then it also sticks out a little bit here, so I'm using my whole hand to do it here. And then with the 2 hands I just do it in the middle, and in front I just shape it however I want it to be shaped. Like if I want it a bit higher on this side, because usually how I do it is I want it a bit higher on this side and then a bit lower on this side, and it looks pretty nice usually. I can even put some pictures on screen of me when I do my hair, because it looks really completely different when I've done my hair compared to, let's say, now, or when I wake up. When I wake up, it's absolutely horrible. And this is something that you need to get used to if you want hair like mine. There are mornings where I wake up, and that's mostly when I didn't use wax properly. So I put wax on, and it looks like I haven't done shit, so I have to wash my hair again and do it again. And some mornings it was annoying, and at one point I was thinking to just fucking get a basket because it got annoying. But then when I figured out how to use it properly, I realized, okay, this looks good on me when I know how to style it properly. So styling your hair is incredibly important to basically styling it properly is incredibly important to how it looks, because if you don't style it properly, it's not going to look good. And for me specifically, it's going to look shit because I have my hair sticking out everywhere usually, and some guys have it a bit smoother. They have it like they don't have as many issues. And if you have more of a curly hair or whatever, like you're not going to need to worry about it that much. Like I have a friend that has more of a curly hair and he just doesn't give a fuck. Like he just gets a fade and he doesn't do anything after that. He just takes showers. And this brings me on to my next point, which is actually about appearance. You also need to pay attention to hygiene, because when you look healthier, you look better and more attractive, basically. So brushing your teeth, showering every day, those are important things that also make you look better, especially brushing your teeth. If you have yellow teeth, that's fucking disgusting. And also, nails are important thing. Like I've seen on some people that they forget to cut their nails or whatever. I sometimes forget as well, but most of the time you should be noticing it and you should be cutting your
Be
nails
on
and
time with it, yeah.
yeah, and
I
not
am
have
not gonna lie, man. I'm sorry for interrupting, but
yeah,
because I work so fucking hard every day, Ahmed knows I don't care what people will say. Oh, I don't look like hardworking person, but I do. Ahmed knows, and I forget to cut my nails all the time. The thing is, as well, don't cut it because I feel like it's easier to type, and that's why I do have a little bit longer nails than usually. I just feel because I work on the laptop the whole day. I work out, I go out, but when I work on my laptop the whole day, for me it's easier to type. I feel like I'm more accurate. I don't know. So when something like work is for you right now more important, and you tend to forget to cut your nails, and if you maybe more comfortable doing things you're focused on doing, I guess you can keep it the way you want. Because for example, me right now, I don't go anywhere. I don't care if somebody looks at my nails, right? Like I'm not focused on that right now. I'm focused on working and what's comfortable for me. And I don't know. So I tend to forget. Obviously, I need to cut them, but I realized I type faster, so I just keep like, oh, this is comfortable. But obviously, as he said, cut your nails because sometimes it looks no offense to people, but it looks a little bit gay on men at least.
yeah.
I know that for a fact.
It sometimes gets to the point where I'm not looking for it and I just notice it. Like when you look
Mm.
at somebody's hand, you just notice it. Like he's typing something and you look at his hands and you just notice it without looking for it. Like you need to be cutting it and you need to, like, basically when you are showering, it's going to mostly be clean. Like there's not gonna be dirt in the nails, but if there is dirt in the nails, like come on, you need to be either washing your hands or showering more.
I'm sorry, but I have met so many people, all of my classmates. I look on their nails, they're either all biting it, which is, oh no, don't bite your nails, never. This is so. I was like, look, maybe as a kid people used to do it. I think most of the people do it when they were kids, like had like bite their nails. I used to, but no, not anymore. Like you get to the point where you're like I don't know 9, 10, and you know like no clipper and that's it, man. You don't like. I get when you're small, you know, like you don't care whatever you're a kid. But oh my god, they bite their nails in class or anything. For example, school, they're writing and they're like with a pen, they're like. I like, what the fuck are you doing, man? This looks disgusting, right? You're in public, like, behave yourself. Have some manners. And not just that, what I notice is that all their nails look fucked up. Maybe not even man. It's surprising. Some women do as well. It's surprising to me. And all of them having dirty nails. I understand myself like, oh, I don't cut nails. Like, what the fuck am I to speak? But I do it because it's comfortable and I don't give a fuck if I go out because I don't. I'm working the whole day at home. So I might have long nails, but they're all clean if you can tell. There's nothing below the nails, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing. I tend to see people who cut their nails perfectly, but they have dirt under it. I don't understand how. I
Are you
clearly
not
don't like.
showering? Or like what the fuck are you doing? When I
It's not even
shower,
showering. Like when you shower, they're below nails. You're supposed to clean. Like I don't know, do something to
but
clean it.
for
Like
me, when I shower, it's perfectly clean. After I take a shower, all of my nails are perfectly clean. So I don't understand people.
Maybe for some people it's like they get heart stuck in them, you know, so they take the whatever,
Yeah,
but
but you
they,
get
you
the
know, they,
sync on your fucking nail clipper. Like, bro, I have my nail clipper right here.
yeah,
Use this fucking thing. Like, put it under your nail, clean under your
yeah, and
nail.
just
Like, what the fuck?
clean it up, yeah. Or you can, like, for me, I use a different clip nail, nail clipper, I mean. I'll quickly show it. For me, it's this. So
Mhm.
I use it like I put it in under it and I just clean it. Like that's it. You don't need like oh, I need to go buy something. A nail clipper will have everything it needs.
Yeah.
You have your like two in one. You don't need anything else. Like me, I can use this. Like doesn't matter, you know. So yeah, it's for people who have dirty nails. I don't know what the fuck are you doing the whole day. Like, are you not like washing your hands, for example?
Yeah.
Washing your hands is important. You need to wash your hands all the time.
So, about this as well, cutting your nails takes 5 minutes. So just fucking do it. And about showering, there are two ways to do it because for me, I figured out that if I shower in the morning before I go to school, I actually feel better during the day, and in the mornings I feel less cold because here it's kind of in the mountain in the village and it's kind of colder, so I feel less cold when I take a shower in the morning. It's a little bit weird, but when you take the shower in the morning, first thing it does is your skin is going to be more hydrated or moisturized. I don't know what it's called.
Hydrated and yeah, because you're using after you shower, you use moisturizer, cream, anything, hand lotion.
I don't think I use it, but it's just something about the skin. I don't know. And I know this because. But let's go through the showering and then I tell you why I know this. So for the showering, I put on a timer, or not a timer, but a stopwatch, or whatever it's called. And I do this intentionally so that I don't waste too much time. And if you don't waste any time, showering is not going to take you more than
10 minutes at least.
7 minutes or something like this.
Yeah,
I usually finish the shower itself in like 6-7 minutes, and then I dry up, and then I brush my teeth, and all of this takes 15 minutes. The longest it has ever taken me is 17 minutes. Never longer than this. So it doesn't take you that much time. Just wake up a little bit earlier, do this, and it's going to make you feel better throughout the day. And why I know that it moisturizes your skin is basically because of fragrances. Because you know that if I use it right now, let's say I showered whatever, like 5 hours ago or whatever, it's not going to be as effective because my skin right now is not fully hydrated and it's looking for hydration. So if I spray some perfume on me right now, it's not going to be as effective as if I would have showered right now and then put it on. And it's going to last longer and whatever if you put it on right after showering. And that is going to also be better and your fragrance is going to last longer. And also about fragrances, you don't need anything expensive. I'm going to show what I used to use. I'm going to use it again soon. Right now I'm using something else. It's in the other room, so I'm not going to pick it up right now. But this straight red gold, this is probably 10 euro or 15 euro at most. And it smells really good. Like, I think it's pretty much empty, but the cap still smells a little bit. And just
on
smells.
Amazon I've checked it cost well, because this is more like Eastern European brand. I don't know, not Eastern European brand, but it's mostly sold there, at least as I know. Because I haven't seen this in Europe around Spain, at least I haven't seen that. And I've checked on Amazon, which costs around 20 to 30 euros.
This one? Or
17 to 20 something, at least. Yeah, this one, the one you showed me. We've checked before.
I bought it for 10 euro from a supermarket, so surely there are
Yeah,
cheaper
the
ways
thing is,
places.
I know, but I'm saying like on Amazon at least what I saw was like 17 and something above. So for me, I can relate on smelling. You know why? I can totally explain it because I have a mom who always tells me, do this, do that, because she finished medical school, university, and she worked in that field a little bit when she was younger. So she knows about skincare. She's 45, but everybody compliments her that she looks like she's 20 something. I swear to God. So she doesn't do none of that shit. Like hundreds of stuff, cleaning face, you know, like girls do nowadays, and they still have sometimes pimples. No, you get a small cotton pad, right? You put in there lemon juice and sugar. You put in sugar and you clean your face. You rub it with that shit. Like just rub it, clean it off, put some moisturizer, and do not touch your skin. Why? People be like, oh, I want to pick my like, they want to squeeze it out or something. Yes, for example, squeezing out your pimple at the point where it's ready. Yeah, sure, squeeze it out. Make sure you get alcohol. You clean through so the germs don't get inside it and don't get infected. And when it gets infected, there's more pimples comes out. So about the thing showering, when you shower, you clean your face. The pores inside your face, the skin breathes. The stuff that stuck in them gets released because you wash it off, and that's why you feel more fresh because your skin breathes. That, that that's how moisturizing your skin works. You put in it, and the skin absorbs it. It absorbs the water. You clean it off. You put moisturizer in, and it feels good. And that's the same part why you say fragrance work better, because when your pores are not stuck with shit when you don't clean yourself, you free it up, and when the fragrance gets inside, it gets stuck in your skin and the pores that you've just cleaned, not the stuff that already been stuck before. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's why fragrance work better when you're clean, and the same reason for everything. For example, it also people use hand lotion, moisturizer, whatever you can call it, the same thing for face or neck. You can put it everywhere. Body moisturizers. So when you wash yourself, you use loofah. You scratch, make sure it's all clean, right? So and after you put lotion. You put lotion mostly everywhere where your skin is dry, right? So for me, I have dry skin. Usually during spring, it's like a thing for me. My skin dries up. On this side it get really dry, like insanely dry. You look like, oh, why do you have dry skin in there? Like it's tearing off, like it's just a thing I have personally since I was a kid. But you put usually lotion where your hands are dry or whatever. It could be your elbows, right? It's dry here most of the times, right? Or somewhere. And then so what happens? Because moisturizers like hand lotions absorb easily in skin and they stay longer. That's why people use lotion sometimes or oiled fragrances, because they get absorbed easily in skin. So that's why they put lotion a little bit inside here, behind your ears, and then they apply fragrances, because moisturizer stays in skin longer than fragrance itself on skin. That's why people put lotions or oiled or fragrances that are based on oil. I think you understand. And usually those are more expensive because it's oil from the wood. Like I don't know how you explain. If people who know about fragrance and colognes and perfumes, they understand what I'm talking about. And most of the times, that's why people use just normal fragrances that cost like 10 to 30 euros or something, right? Or 40, whatever. Good fragrances. Me myself, I bought this. I bought it a few days ago. It's called Antonio Banderas. It's the icon, the black one, just a regular one. It cost me 22 euros. But what I noticed is that it's not really like oil based, I believe. That's why most of the perfumes that you guys use don't last that long. So if you just enhance yourself by washing yourself and then putting a little bit of lotion, make sure you're moisturized and look good, and then apply fragrance, you will smell better and longer.
Yeah.
People say, oh, I bought this good fragrance, but it doesn't last long. Because you don't shower, you idiot.
Because you're stupid, you don't know what to do.
Exactly. You don't know how to use proper fragrance. You don't just buy good fragrance and you apply on yourself and you go out. You need to understand how to use it.
And it's impossible that on some people it lasts 8 hours, and on other people it lasts 2 hours, and it's not their fault. Like basically, you're doing something wrong in that case, and the other person is doing something better. And
Of
also,
course.
something that you can do is you can actually use Vaseline, and you can spray the fragrance on top of it, and that's going to make it last longer. But also,
It's the same thing as the hand lotions. They absorb, the skin absorbs it easily. So lotion, Vaseline, anything could work.
so two important things actually as well. First thing is use deodorant, because that's just essential thing. I have it right here as well. I'm showing you like 10,000 things in my room, but basically
I'll do as well, actually.
I have this one, like it's just a very simple one, Nivea Men, whatever. Like it doesn't really matter which one you're using exactly.
Nivea Men as well. I have the black and white, and I have Old Spice Captain. So
I buy those big ones and I use them for like months pretty much. But yeah, the black and white is good. This one, fresh active, is like whatever. Like it doesn't really matter that much. Your fragrance matters in terms of how it smells. But also something that is kind of stupid that I didn't even think about is in the morning, basically when I wake up, I put my clothes on, right, for whatever, for school, let's say. I put my clothes on and I spray the perfume and then I go and I brush my teeth and do whatever I do. And that's just stupid because there's 40 or 50 minutes until I get out of the house. So I wasn't thinking about this, but you need to put on the fragrance as soon as you're going to go out of the house because it's just pointless to put it on and then 40 minutes of the performance go away and then you go
You
out.
leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So you
stupid.
lost 40 minutes of the fragrance basically. And I didn't even realize this. I didn't even think about this before. But as soon as I realized, I was like, I'm so fucking stupid.
So about as well the other one you said, for me it's a really personal choice that I've gone through for at least 1.5 years that I've been choosing. You know, I've been going through deodorants because I've been started using them like 2.5 years ago, right? But I've been going through some, and for me Axe is good. But the thing is that deodorants like spray they have, right? The one that you spray on yourself, and usually the sticks or the rollers ones is that the sticks or the roller ones usually contain something called aluminium, which sprays don't have, which makes it less healthier on your skin, but it lasts longer. It's a personal choice. You're not gonna die if you're gonna use this one or if you use this one. Doesn't really matter. Nobody gives a shit. It's not like you're gonna die. So my personal recommendation is this normal one. All of them are the same. Axe, right? Spray one. If you look at ingredients, alcohol denat, normal. Roller ones have aluminium, which stays on you longer. That's what I noticed. Not noticed, but I also I read about it, so I was like, that's interesting. So I had this. I had spray before. I've used spray before, and then I moved to this. Longer that I know, this long's better. Last longs, at least for me. I don't know how about the other guys. It also depends on people who sweat a lot. If you're in situations where you're, I don't know, nervous or you're always working or something, and people are like connections, and you need to talk all the time, and you sweat a little bit more, you're always on stress or something in the pressure moments. Use rollers or sticks. If you're a chill guy, you don't do much stuff. You're not really a busy guy. Obviously, you work, but it's not like too intense. You can go with spray, a 1% healthier, whatever. But if you want to, it's good because usually this you just apply in your armpits, right? This you can apply everywhere. So I understand why people choose this sometimes because you can apply everywhere and it works kind of as a fragrance. But I don't think, for me, it's if you want to smell good in terms of without fragrance because you're not going anywhere, even at home, you shower, right? You put deodorant, right? So for me, it's use this because I don't go anywhere. I don't like this is enough for me. I clean myself. I smell good even without deodorant, right? For me, it's if you want to smell good, and for people who use spray, they go like this, X, a little bit, and whatever here, as usual on armpits, and that's it. And they use it as fragrance as well to smell good, like after gym. After gym, perfect, whatever. I don't care. You use this, you smell good after gym, because you're sweating all the time. You don't need to I need to put fragrance or anything or deodorant. If you go to gym, perfect. After gym or after workout. If you're just at home, you stick it lasts longer. You don't need to reapply it or anything. And if you're going somewhere, you want people to smell your fragrance, not your deodorant, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
That's
So yeah, if you don't want your armpits to smell, just use which is last longer and better. And then apply fragrance, as we already mentioned before how to apply it. But after you apply fragrance, which does not fucks up and smells that go in, like they don't mix up from your deodorant in your armpits and the in general the fragrance that is on your shirt here, the good spots. So that's why I notice people who use just normal spray deodorant on themselves and then they even apply fragrance. I smell the deodorant way harder than the fragrance. So they're just wasting their fragrance and just wasting money and whatever, I'm trying to say.
yeah.
There
And
should be like a special combination.
about where to apply the fragrance, like some people say don't put it on your t-shirt, but in my opinion that's not good advice because on my t-shirt, when I put it on my t-shirt, So I usually do this. I spray here, here, sometimes on the back of the neck as well. And I spray 3 times on my shirt. Here, here, here. And then maybe sometimes on the inside of the elbows, maybe on the wrist or whatever, or on top of the hand. Doesn't really matter. Depends on what fragrance I'm using. Because sometimes if it's a stronger one and you put too much, it's not good because maybe somebody doesn't like it and he's smelling it all the time and then it's just fucking annoying. But if it's not a very strong one, you can put it on a few different places and you can spray a little bit more and it's going to be good and it's going to be the sweet spot if it's not a very long lasting one and if it's not a very strong one. But when I put it on my shirt like this, 3 sprays, on the next day when I pick up my shirt, I can still smell the fragrance. Like it stays a lot on the clothes usually. Even if it's a very cheap one, on the clothes it's gonna stay a lot most of the time.
And about fragrance, um, long lastingness is so important. But if you usually go somewhere where you need to stay long enough and you cannot really afford a really good perfume, I mean, even some good perfumes don't even last long. I think people understand that. Not all good perfumes last long. So for me, it's I haven't really done that, but I've seen people do it, which is they use small testers, like a small tubes that have the perfume. It's like or cologne or fragrance in. So basically, they fill it up. It's refillable. You can buy those small ones online that are made of glass. So what they would do is just like take this cap off. I'm not sure if I can do it on this one, but if you're able to on a fragrance that you're using, you can refill it. It just fills up. Boom! Like you stick it in. Refill. It's like refilling a lighter, you know,
Yeah.
with the gas. Yeah, same thing works here. So it's just a small thing. So if you're going somewhere and you know you don't really have a long lasting and you know you have few appointments or something, right, and you need to smell fresh, what you can do is buy one of the small testers, refill your fragrance at home, and keep it in your pocket or somewhere. So when you're in crucial moments, give me a minute, bathroom or before whatever you're doing, quick, apply, and go in, you know, and ready to do something. So like small testers, you can buy like what the like for $3, whatever. Like it's not expensive. Just buy one. You can refill at home or something, you know. Or you can buy small testers of the perfumes they use, which doesn't cost as well. Like doesn't it's not that much a lot. So yeah, something like that.
Something else about smelling good. This right here, chewing gum.
Oh yeah.
It is very important for your breath because, like, whatever you're doing, like, let's say when I go to school in the morning, or not in the morning, but during the big break, I'm going to eat something, and then my breath is maybe going to smell bad, so I get a chewing gum. And then when I go to the gym, often I would drink coffee as I'm starting my workout, and then when I finish my workout, I would get another chewing gum and just chew until I get to the bus stop and then on the bus home. And it is pretty important because a lot of people have breath that smells bad, and it's so terrible. I have one guy in my class who was sitting to me next to me 2 times when his breath was really bad, and it's just crazy. And I don't want to tell him because it's kind of like weird to tell him, hey, your breath stinks or whatever. But just chew gums from time to time. It is good. It's going to make your breath smell better, and you don't need to bring this big thing pretty much. Like I bring this usually to school, but you can also bring like a small pack and whatever and put it in your pocket, and you can just chew gum during the day, and it's going to be good for you.
About on self-care and stuff like this, we're talking about fix your life right now, so we're talking about more like crucial points, but we are gonna do an episode on focusing on more like how to take care of yourself properly. So if you're interested, guys, we'll obviously do it, even because it's crucial for people, for men at least. I know it is. People have bad breath, and I can relate a lot to that. Sometimes I do, like it's because you cannot always control it. In my opinion, it depends on what you eat, and aftertaste can make your breath stinks. And it happens to everyone. I'm sure it happened to you, Ahmed. Like it
Yeah, for
happens to
sure.
everywhere. Yeah. So, in my opinion, there's also techniques that you need to apply when you're brushing your teeth and your mouth. obviously, which we're gonna do in a different episode because let's save up that for that, you know. So yeah, so that's physical appearance, right? So breath, whatever, like as you said.
Yeah. And when I eat something and I don't have chewing gum in my backpack, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Why? For me, it's like
Happens.
essential at this point to have chewing gum always with me, and I just know exactly when I need it, and I just chew some gum, and it makes me. It also makes me feel better because you can kind of feel your own breath when you become self-aware. You can kind of feel it whenever you close your mouth, and you just know, okay, it's time for chewing gum.
Yeah, yeah, of course. So we have just spoken about physical appearance. We're gonna go on about finance.
Yeah, finance. So this is extremely important. It's like physical appearance. People tell you it shouldn't matter, and your personality should matter, and people tell you money doesn't matter. But if money doesn't matter, why are you working? Why do you go to a job if money doesn't matter? Everyone that tells you
Yeah.
money doesn't matter goes to some job and doesn't get a lot of money, but money matters because you cannot survive without it. And then when you have enough to survive, then you need more to make your life more comfortable. So in most cases, the more money you are able to spend, the more comfortable you will live. And you have to make sure that you are earning enough money. Because when you don't earn enough money, you are also not going to be able to max out other things. So basically, you're not going to be able to go to a good gym, maybe. You're not going to be able to buy some good clothes. You're not going to be able to buy good fragrances. And when you think that these things matter, when you realize that these things matter, like going to a good gym, having good fragrances, when you realize that, that's going to give you more motivation to earn money, basically. And about earning money, yeah, you want to say something?
Uh, if you cannot take out a girl, for example.
Yeah,
Oh, that gives you a lot of motivation. You have a nice girl, and you're like, "Fuck, I would have a really nice date if I just had the money to take her somewhere nice.
yeah,
I would have enough money to make my smell good, fragrance, whatever, as you said. All about that. When you have money, you feel confident. When you have money, you can take out her everywhere you want, or even if she doesn't care about it, even better. But at least you know that you can,
yeah.
and you don't feel uncomfortable.
Of course. And there's two important things about money. One thing is that you need to be actively earning money because everyone's like passive income, passive income. Think about active income before you start thinking about passive income. But you need to do something that makes you money and you need to also invest some of the money so that you get more money over time because if you just earn money and just keep it in your bank or whatever, that's not the best decision. You need to buy some kind of stocks, maybe some crypto. Like you have to follow these things, learn about them, and then you're going to be able to multiply your money basically if you know what you're doing. Like I have a
Or
friend
it
that's
could be properties.
yeah, properties, but that's like if you have more
That's
money, you
already
know.
big echelon level. Yeah.
But I have a friend who bought Bitcoin when in December 2022 when it was on like very low, and now it's like 3 or 4 times more than what it was back then. So he has made 3 or 4 times the money that basically he put in back then. And if you know these things and you follow these things also with stocks, he made a lot of money. Basically, whatever money he had put in, he multiplied all of it, and he didn't really do that much work. He worked at some kind of a shop, like uh, I don't know exactly what it is. Not a cashier, but like he was stocking up the shelves and stuff, and he made some money from that. And everything he made from that, he put into crypto and stocks, and was able to multiply it. So learning to invest is very important, and he spent time on this. Like he's not lucky or something. He had a book that is literally 1,000 pages, and he read all of it about. It's called the Smart Investor or something like this. I'm not sure. And he has read a lot of books on this. He has studied this a lot. And when you are able to do that, you are basically going to be able to multiply your money. And about earning money, there are many different things that you can do, many different business models, and I don't think we really need to focus on this in this episode. But if you go to whoever's YouTube channel you want, Iman Gaji or Hamza or anyone you go to, basically, there are going to be business models that you can do, that you can follow, and basically, one that is very good, in my opinion, is something similar to what we're doing. It would be to start a YouTube channel, get some attention, some people to watch you, some viewers, and then after that you can do some kind of a coaching or a private community that costs whatever, some kind of a money to
A month,
join,
yeah,
yeah, some
or
kind
a
of money
year, or
per
whatever.
month or yearly to join, and that is a good business model, but you have to know something and you have to be able to teach something to the people. And there are many other things that you can do. You can do some kind of e-commerce like dropshipping or whatever. That's how Luke Belmar made a lot of money. So Luke Belmar is something that you should be watching. You should check out the things that he uploads, and he had a recent video from like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I didn't finish watching, but I watched like 40 minutes of it, and I'm gonna finish it soon. About Luke Belmar's way of making money. Like, I don't know, it was something like type Luke Belmar making money, and you're gonna find this from like 3 weeks ago if you're watching it this episode as it comes out. But it's basically Luke Belmar explains on a whiteboard he's drawing some things and explains to the other guy like different things, and it's a very useful video that can also help you. But inform yourself on these things. Watch videos about how to build some kind of a business and actively make money, and then watch some videos on how to invest and make money from that as well. These two things are very important for your finance, and having money is very important as well, obviously.
Are you talking about Luke Belmar Guide to Make Money Blew My Mind?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like this. Yeah, that one.
Simon's Quip.
Yeah.
The one for people who sometimes scroll. He got really famous on going around the streets and asking, "What's your dream?" And they would tell the dream, and he's like, "I'll invest in you. Here's some money. Contact me and start the business." So that's what that guy did, and now he has a podcast, and he invited Luke Belmar on it. So about having money, about having a stable, active income, as you said as well, right? Is obviously important. Obviously, it's no doubt. Okay, you want to be broke living on homeless? No, obviously. So you need to make money. So having money or just being stably like financially stable is giving you image, gives you most of the time your personality. Even most of the times, when you're broke, you have less possibilities. When you have money, you do a lot of stuff, which is part of your personality. If you think about it, right? What's your personality? Oh, I have few businesses. I do this. Let's say if you just work at a, a good retail shop or whatever. Oh, I earn this kind of money. I do this for living, and yeah, I do this as hobby. Which person has more experience? Sorry, not experience, but which one has more personality and drive to understand and meet him and get to know him and learn something from him? That guy has more money, right? Obviously. So think about that. When you have more money, there's a reason you have more money. Because you know something that other people don't. So that comes to the point we're going to talk later, but it gives you confidence, it gives you drive to be able to just do certain things that will might as well even motivate other people. Because when you have money, you're not how to put this, you're a known person, in my opinion. With money you become famous. Not like worldwide famous, but I'm talking about with money you get more connections. From more connections you know what I'm trying to say. You how to put this, you're not just like a normal guy. You're not a normal guy that you have a friend group of and you have family, right? And nobody else knows you from that. Or school or some community. When you have money, you have employees. Employees, la la la. You're on the internet. You're a founder of this. You're chairman of this, right? Right. So with having money comes in some way fame, right? And you can use that to your advantage. Your status, you can use that to your advantage to make even more money, right? Let's say you're working as a salesman. You have a good job. When you have that experience and because you're a salesman, you talk to a lot of people, right? So from those connections, you can start a small, I guess, a small coaching community where you coach people to do sales, right? So that will bring you even more money. Like, that's just as crazy how money is important when you know how to do something that earns you good amount of money. From that, you can just expand in all directions. That could be media. That could be coaching. That could be everything, or starting your own business, right? That as well. So yeah, that's how also another way finance is important.
Yeah, and when you have money, people know that you have some qualities in order to have this money. Like you build up some qualities as you're building up your financial status.
So let's start from fighting skills. Fighting in general, in my opinion, comes from a person who fought before, right? So if you've never fought before, street, school, whatever, like whatever situation, if you never fought before, it will be hard. Why? Because you have not a fear, but you're like avoiding to get punched in the face. You know, like you're avoiding a lot of stuff. But when you have gotten the face fights and you have experience, you already know how can it escalate, in which way, and you understand what you could do in those situations because you have a little bit of experience because you fought before. Could be any accidents, but what I mean is that when you do have accidents, you understand how it feels to get punched in the face if you have before. And some people, I believe, I divide people into two parts: who have got hit in the face before and who are not afraid of it anymore because they know how it feels like. They know what it is. And who haven't. I'm one of the persons who avoids fights because it's stupid. Um, Most of the times it is. It's not worth it, kind of. But I do know I belong to the other part who have never got hit in the face before. Which brings me back to the moment where I do taekwondo. And I remember we just practice taekwondo, we learn stuff, and we practice a little bit. We've never have gotten to the point where we have intensely have combat fighting. I might have protection right now, like I have taekwondo protection here, but we don't usually do combat fighting, even though we should. So right there is that one time our coach told us, okay, we're gonna go and practice with other group as well, who are competing. They compete in taekwondo, regional tournaments, gold medals, one of the best in our region. So they're like better, and they usually come even to us to practice with us, or just come and get for us to get used to how it is to train with the people who are like higher. They compete, they've been kicked in the face. And for those people who don't know, taekwondo is about mostly, if we're talking about like the stuff you see on internet and competing, it's mostly about legs. You're allowed to do body punches in the chest area, like here, and that's pretty much it. Most of it is just legs, and that's it. So it's like, okay, Friday, guys, we're gonna be going to the city to practice with the group, with the main one, who is competing and who is training hard. And just so you know, guys, they train. I trained 2 times. They train a lot more, 3 or 4, I believe. I'm not sure. They have more practices, and I believe theirs like even last longer, I think. So, we went there, and I practiced against a guy who trains in a group where people compete, right? So he's used to like more body strength, more quality of the martial art, right? So we use protection, obviously. In taekwondo, use protection. So I put my helmet, I put my headgear, and obviously we start training. So we have the chest protection, chest plate. We have people have gloves. People have like the teeth guard thingies. Obviously we don't, because we don't really compete. We don't have those stuff. So obviously I have my shin and my feet protection. That's it. And they provide like the helmet, the headgear and the chest gear, whatever. So okay, we have that. Right off the bat, I get fucking kicked in the face. You know how it feels? Okay, the person is right here next to me, and he's able to fucking pull his leg up and fucking strike me in the head when he's this close to me. You need to be flexible taekwondo. So I realized that. I was like, okay, this is no joke. I think I'm like one of the best in my group because I'm a hardworking person. But hell no, these guys are like another level. They train, yes, but they're good. So I got used to it over time because we had like 2-hour session or something like this, 3. And he started like kicking my face, like he's doing roundhouses, like light. We're not doing full force. He'll break my neck if he does full force. That's really dangerous. Or you get brain damage or something. So I get hit in a this part because he does from from down to up. So I get hit in a jaw part this part, and once I know it coming, I try to force myself not to blink. That's how a lot of fighters do. They pick water and they do this practice. They practice like to be able not to blink when you see a punch coming or something. So I got used to get hit in the face a little bit by that guy who is fucking striking roundhouse in my face or anything. And obviously we didn't do hard, but little by little you get used to it. So that's what I noticed. Being able to fight is when they're not scared to get hit. It's when you're like get back and you hit back, like stuff like that. So yeah, that's certainly what is fighting skills for me all about.
Yeah. It's very important to learn some kind of martial art. Like mostly the ones that are going to be most useful if something happens and you need to defend yourself. Boxing would be very helpful, and maybe wrestling, maybe jiu-jitsu, but those things are dangerous to use in my opinion, because if you know boxing and you are able to just throw one combo and either knock him down, knock him out, whatever, and be able to just get away as quick as possible, it's way better than getting into some grappling and putting him on the ground, choking him out, and suddenly two friends of him come over and they kick your head like a football. Like, in my opinion, it's just stupid. You need to be able to throw a quick combo and just get away
Yeah.
as fast as you can. So boxing and kickboxing would be very useful for this, and those are two things that I think are very good to practice. And also kicking can be dangerous because let's say maybe you're wearing jeans so you don't be able to kick that well. Maybe it's slippery so you try to kick and you slip and then he stomps your head and you're done. But basically using your hands is going to be the most useful thing, and you need to get away as soon as possible if you get into a fight on the street. But yeah, having
Yeah.
skills is important, and also sparring and basically going through it is also important for other different things like discipline and things like this. So it will help you in many different ways when you learn how to fight, and it's very important in my opinion to learn how to fight. And a lot of people don't even have basic knowledge. If you go on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, and you watch some street fight videos, you're gonna see some people don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like they
Yeah.
hold their hands like this, they're open all the time, they throw a punch like this, like fucking turning their whole body, and I don't know,
Yeah.
just stupid stuff. And they don't know how to block, they don't know how to dodge. So if you have some kind of basic skills, you're gonna be better than most people, and you're going to most likely be able to defend yourself. And when you know how to fight, you're most likely not even going to want to start fights because you know
Oh yeah.
things can happen.
But if you end up in a fight, is because you're not scared to get punched. I think that's number one. If you're scared to get punched, you're like, oh, I'm not fan of this. Like it's okay, bro. Whatever. I'm sorry. You're gonna apologize. You're gonna say whatever just not to get in fight because you're scared, or just because you don't want lose a teeth or something, or get a brain damage just in case whatever something happens, right? So for people who do get in fights is because they have hit before. They've been hit before and they're not scared. That's why they end up in fights. That's I think number one reason. And about like you said, like kicking and getting slippery. In my opinion, you can. Most of the people who get in fights on the streets are like they think they're tough and shit. But in my opinion, having strong legs, like you don't need to hit high or something. You can fucking hit them in the hamstring, like do people in Muay Thai do. Muay Thai?
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts when somebody kicks you in the leg. It hurts. I have a friend who does kickboxing, who used to do kickboxing, sorry. And I was like, bro, hit me in like my shin area and well, in the knee, no, because he's gonna dislocate my knee.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of
like,
fucked up.
yeah. So hamstring or like thigh area and the shin where your calves are. And he didn't do he didn't do kickboxing for a long time, but he's like tall, like decent tall built guy, he's good, and he has done kickboxing for like few months. Kicks my leg, that shit hurts, and he didn't even do like full force. Just for you guys know, you can like for people who understand like how to like throw a kick in like the leg area, you don't need to do high. Like the guy is just like the waist area, and that's it.
Yeah.
So kicking him in leg, he's gonna fall down, and then you're gonna boom. That's it.
Yeah.
So that shit hurts. So for people who think, oh, kicking a little bit, not really. You know, if who people who kick, they know there are different ways to kick. So you can use that to your advantage.
And also, one time, yeah, sure, I was drunk, but I have a kickboxing friend and he was drunk as well, but like, he kicked me in the leg and hit me like here on the leg, like
Mhm.
the outside, and it hurt a lot. Like, sure, my memories are not very good from the time because I was pretty drunk, but I remember that it really hurt and I couldn't stand on that leg for a little bit of time. And on the next day, when I was completely sober, it was still hurting there. So, you know, those leg kicks, when you are, especially when you are not conditioned to it, they can hurt a lot. And if you want to be dirty and you know how to kick on the street, if you are in real danger, you can kick him in the knee and he's not gonna be able to walk. So
Yeah, like
if you
for
have to, you're gonna do
yes,
it.
you and who cares? Your point is sorry. Your goal is to put him down, make sure he's
And get
hurt,
away.
in order to yeah, and then go away. So it doesn't matter how you do it, and do it the safest way and the best possible way. Obviously, could be a throw combo, or it could be fucking kick his leg and now he cannot walk.
Yeah,
I also noticed liver kicks are fucking. Oh no, liver either side kicks in liver or stomach,
that's
or
brutal,
a good body shot. Fuck, man,
for sure.
that hurts. That hurts.
Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about, guys, is knowledge. You need to build up knowledge, and that's very important because the more things you know, the more you just need to act. Because when you know the way to do things, the only thing that you have to do is just to do them. And learning is not a bad thing. Learning is very good, and you can learn about many different things. Like you can learn about important things, like as we talked, fighting, about fitness, about that, about things like this. Learning these things is going to be very helpful, but also you can learn about some different things that are just interesting to you, like side things that you're interested in or some kind of hobbies. Just learning in general is going to be good for anything, and you need to, let's say, read books. Most of you aren't going to read books, so if you don't want to read books, you can watch podcasts, you can watch different videos on different topics and just learn about things. And when you know more things, you're going to be more confident, and you're going to see that there are many things that you don't know and that you can learn. So you're going to be kind of more aware that you don't know everything and there are a lot more things that you can learn, and you're going to keep learning. And the more things you learn, the better it's going to be, because knowledge is never like a bad thing.
Of course, you know more. You're smarter. You're smarter than the other guy. Plus, a good way to learn a lot in, let's say, a good 1 or 2 3 hour session is to go and debate and speak to people on certain topics. Oh, me and Ahmed have done this, and we have learned so much. Usually, we would go on some servers or on Discord or on some apps, and we would talk to random people on certain topics. It could be politics, it could be religion, it could be anything. It could be fitness, sports, martial arts, right? So when we do get challenged on topic that we're really interested in, and we don't know something to defend our argument, we go and research on it and we learn. That's, I think, like one of the best ways, because people throws things at you and you're like, shit, I don't know this. Huh, what do I do now? I have nothing left in my brain now. What do? I go on internet, I search everything up. Okay, this is this, and I learn. This is, in my opinion, the best way to learn about anything. You go to somebody who knows about that stuff, or a normal guy could be that is, I don't know, somebody, and you speak about that to someone. And if they challenge you, they ask you certain questions and you don't know how to answer them. Oh well, meaning you have a lot of stuff to earn, and you do that until you will never have situations where you cannot answer the question. Because if you always end up in a situation where you get asked a question, or you are put in a situation where you don't know how to defend yourself in an argument or in a debate, that means you still don't know much. Because if you knew enough, you would have answered or corrected the person. So in my opinion, choose a topic and learn the fundamental and the basic stuff about it, and go talk to people about it. That's how you learn about anything.
So the next thing that we want to talk about is social skills and the ability to express yourself. So a lot of people nowadays don't have social skills at all. They just don't know how to talk, they don't know what to say. They sound stupid and they sound cringe and nobody likes them. And they just, because nowadays a lot of people grow up just on their phones, maybe just watching TikTok or whatever and just texting people, or only talking on Discord and texting people on Discord and not really meeting anyone in their real life. And this is really bad because it's just kind of you are not able to build real life social skills, and you are not able to talk to people, you are not able to communicate properly, you don't have good body language, you look weird, you behave weird. Those things are really bad. You need to learn about body language, learn how to look more confident, how to look normal, how to talk, because social skills are incredibly important in order to find people that are like-minded and in order to maybe even find a girlfriend if that's what you're looking for. So you need to be able to talk to people, you need to be able to speak out what is in your head, because people cannot read your thoughts. People are not in your head. Unless you say it, nobody can know that you are thinking that. So whatever visions you have, whatever thoughts you have, whatever perspective you have, whatever mindset you have to be able to speak this out and give it out to other people so that other people see that you have the same mindset and you have the same type of thinking, and you need to connect with those people so that you have other people that are like-minded around you. So you need to be able to speak properly, you need to be able to not look weird, and you need to just not say weird things and be cringe and things like this. Just be a normal person.
Yeah, that's certainly correct because the skills of talking and expressing yourself in a correct way can either get you in danger or in a really good position in certain situations. Those situations could be uh, getting to know your boss and being in a good relationship with them. Very important, yes.
Yeah.
And you have to have good social skills and be able, like the ability to express yourself in correct way to talk to him in order. Sorry, in a way, in order for him to like you or respect you, give value to you, or value you in general, right? So that's important. And if you're a person that gets into sticky situations sometimes, speaking and know how to speak can get you out of those easily. And as I've noticed before, um, could be debates where you're in wrong, even though you know you're in wrong, but you want to exit this like as smooth as possible. And if you speak correctly in the situation, you're saying, well, even though I'm wrong, but as I said, I'm not an expert in this. So I've told you my opinion, and I would like to just proceed on learning more about the topic rather than stay here and argue with you. What I've just said in a debate like this will make them shut up and be like, oh well, he was true. What he's saying is pretty much correct. Yeah, he doesn't know much about this. He just spoke his opinion. And that's it. He's fair enough. And they cannot do anything about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on.
Well, in order to improve your social skills, you can do two things. You can either watch how other people speak, so watch some kind of podcast or whatever, some kind of debates, and that's going to help you a lot. But you can also put yourself in situations where you have to talk to people. Like talk to people outside on the street or whatever, ask them something, like pretend your phone has no battery and ask them what time it is and things like this. Just speak something and watch, as I said, watch some kind of debates, watch some kind of things like this, and you can put yourself in situations where you have to debate people, like let's say some friends on Discord, like you try to debate them on something. Previously, even when I was just playing CS and I had a teammate that had very different views on things like me, and we used to debate each other, and it was cool for both of us because we see the other perspective, we learn something, like sometimes it gets a bit heated and we're like, it was interesting pretty much. And you can put yourself in situations like this. You can even go on like Monkey Up or Omegle or whatever you want to go on and just try to talk to people there, try to talk to girls maybe as well. When you are outside, try to code approach, like search up on YouTube code approach if you don't know what it is. Try to do things like this, and that's going to, at first, you're not going to feel comfortable, of course, and you're not going to be good at it. But the more you learn about it and the more you do it, the more experience you get in it, the better you're going to become. You just have to do it in order to become good at it.
Well, yeah, of course, you need to speak And obviously, you could what I think could really help is you can record yourself talking a certain topic with a person, or yourself just talking to yourself and just expressing your thoughts, just talking to camera, and play it back and see like what you're saying. Don't act like you're smart or anything. Speak the way you speak. Speak the way you speak to other people or yourself in your mind here, right? Speak to other people the way you speak to your boss, or the way you speak to your friends. Actually, no, you need to find that lower point, the lowest point, where you speak with like you're using cuss words, using all of that type of stuff, and record yourself and see what you need to improve on. Analyze each word you say. Oh, what could substitute this word and sound better? Right? For example, I could say, oh, maybe I could go and do fuck all. What does the context of this sentence mean? I just want to go and do nothing and stay lazy, right?
Yeah.
But which one makes you sound better? I want to go and do nothing, stay lazy, waste my time, and do a bunch of useless stuff that won't make me better. What I've just said, I've included just some more words into it that sound smart or whatever, but I still meant the same thing. I can just go and do fuck all. There's the difference. You can already understand, guys, there's the difference right there. So, the ability to express yourself like this in debates and all of the other parts can improve your social skills and the ability to speak and to express yourself in the correct way. It depends on the situations. Whether you want to win a debate or you're just talking and you're discussing and you want to have a nice talk with a person. So I had this one moment with a person who were speaking about a certain topic, and they grew up hearing stuff about the topic, right? And me, who spends a lot of time learning and reading and debating about this with other people, so when I don't know something, people ask me, oh, about this and this, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know about this, right? So I'm gonna go and research and I'm gonna get smarter. I'm gonna research and I'm gonna learn the points to get my fundamentals down, and next time somebody asks me the question or debates me on that certain topic, I know how to answer and make sure I'm not lacking information, right? Or lacking knowledge. So that person said, oh, I grew up learning about this my whole life. I know more than you. That doesn't put any authority in you knowing something more than me just because you grew up doing it or just practicing or knowing about it. And we're talking about like mostly like knowledge-wise stuff. I read a lot about it. I debated with people stuff. I showed the facts, and it was like, no, that's not true. You just search it up on the internet and that's a lie. I know more because I grew up doing it or learning about it. When I'm showing you the facts and I want you to prove myself, I want you to prove me that I'm wrong, and I want you to prove your point. Right? And they cannot do that. So me be able to speak to them and talk facts to people who don't know how to express themselves and who lack knowledge are most of the time arrogant, who don't want to appear stupid. They never want to say, oh, I'm wrong and I'm lacking knowledge, I want to learn about this. This is the point where you proceed and you learn about something that you need to learn and not be a annoying stupid fuck. Sorry for the expression, but why you're being arrogant on a certain topic that you don't know how to probably speak about? If you think you're so good at it, why don't you prove me wrong? And why don't you say like, oh, I actually know more because of this and this and this? Oh, here's the things you were wrong in, and I'm correct. Prove it, and don't stay there like and act like, oh, you know what to do. So they're just using their little excuses and to defend themselves in some way when I'm speaking to them correctly and they're speaking to me, but instead they don't know what to do because they're lacking knowledge, right? So that's talking as well. The ability to put somebody in their place in order to win a debate. And that can help you in so many stuff. Could be arguments with people. Arguments in order to fix something. For us in Ahmed, we've learned this mostly from CS experience. When we need to talk to people about our issues and we need to talk it out. Because team team environment is very important. And when people don't stick to each other and they have bad chemistry in between, they tend to have arguments and they don't have the same opinion on certain things, and they're not on the same page. So what what I learned from is you need to speak to the person truly, one on one, no lying, and let him tell you all the stuff that they think is wrong to your face, and be able to work it out by talking, and have somebody who is there, as well, to on the side to listen to you guys, so the other person doesn't lie and make up shit. That's, I think, Ahmed, you can continue off of here because you have more experience in Team CS than I do.
Yeah, I have a lot of experience in that, and basically, in the team environments, as soon as you see something going wrong, you need to talk about it. As soon as you see an issue, you need to talk about it, and you need to say exactly what the issue is. And you need to be able to do this in real life as well, with friends, with family, with people like this, because not everyone understands what you're thinking. Because even if you tell them something, they're not going to understand why you think that and what the point is behind it. So you have to be able to explain yourself why exactly you think that, why do you think this is the better way to do it. And you need to also, the way you speak is very important, because if you speak like you are not very confident, you always say, I feel like, I think this, I think that. You have to say it with conviction, and you have to say it confidently in order for
Yes.
people to believe it more and trust you more on something. So you have to be able to say it the right way, and you also have to not lie and not say things that are just false, because it can easily be debunked. As soon as you meet a person who knows these things and you say a lie or say something that's false, you're gonna get exposed instantly and you're gonna look stupid. So just never lie, say the truth always, and just when you see something that is bad, when you see somebody doesn't understand you the right way, explain yourself, try to see what they're thinking, try to see their point of view, think about it, like, is their point of view better, how should we do it, things like this. So it's very important to know how to talk, and it's very important to also know how to listen and understand when other people are talking, because you need to really listen and understand what the other people are talking as well. Because imagine you are just speaking to somebody and he's zoned out and he's not really listening to you and he doesn't understand what you're saying. Feels bad, so don't be that person as well. And also ask people questions. Like, asking questions is very good because people like to talk about themselves, people like to talk. So when you ask questions, people are going to maybe feel a little bit better and you're going to learn more. And it's always better to hear more than to say more. It's always better to learn a little bit more. So remember also to ask questions, because people love talking about themselves and they will love it when you're asking them questions about them and things like this.
And that could refer as well on, for example, if you're talking to a girl.
Yeah.
They love talking about themselves, obviously, right? So you give them attention, be like, oh, you're so good at listening, you're so good at this, right? They'll instantly like to speak to you more often, right? So that's one of the things.
So the last thing that I want to talk about here, guys, is going to be health. And health is simple as long as you have the knowledge about the basic things. Everyone knows that you need to eat healthy, so do that, and you need to sleep well, the sleep, and you need to train, so the fitness. And basically, you need to be doing these things in order to help your health. And we already talked a little bit about these things, but now a little bit more in detail. You need to work out physically, you need to go to the gym, build muscle, all that is great, but you also need to pay attention to your cardio. So basically, I talked about this as well in the episode where I talked about fitness, health, and sleep, fitness, diet, and sleep. And basically, you need to do some kind of cardio. You need to go running, or do some martial art, do something like this that is cardio. Even riding a bike can help. Walking can be a thing as well. But focus on these things and do this as well as working out in the gym and building muscle. And also about diet, make sure to eat healthy, don't eat junk food. Also make sure to, everyone knows what food is bad and good. You just have to do a little bit more research and just focus on removing the bad things and keeping in the good things, because everyone knows that a burger is bad for them and everyone knows that chicken meat and rice is good for them. So you know what is good, you just don't want to admit it and you don't want to really put in the work and eat specific things. So just build a diet, think about what are the healthy things to eat, and just put these things in your diet. Eat the healthy things. You can research them, and you probably already know what is healthy and what is unhealthy. And about sleep, try to get a good amount of sleep. Try to optimize your sleep. Don't sleep 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day, because I've met people that sleep like 3 hours and then they don't sleep the next time, and they get health issues. And I'm like, well, of course you're gonna get health issues. Like, are you stupid? You're not sleeping. Of course your body is not going to be right. So you need to be sleeping. You need to sleep the good amount. You need to sleep like 8 hours per day if it's possible for you. And you need to pay attention to your health, because nobody wants to live shorter. Nobody wants to live 60 years instead of 80 years, obviously.
So, lack of fitness and eating is, I've noticed myself, I'm coming from personal experience, okay? It's less energy. It can affect your mental state a lot, trust me. Good example, I know somebody who works 2 jobs and they have effects of hair loss because of lack of fitness and lack of proper eating and stuff like that. Lack of a lot of stuff in general. Lack of good sleep, which is there are consequences. Hair loss. Um, um, Sometimes you faint. You feel dizzy. Your head sometimes spins when you stand up. Right, all of a sudden, lack of drinking some of this water, not being hydrated, and a lot of stuff like that. So that comes from where you need to have good sleep. You need to do at least some kind of fitness during the week, at least minimum 2 or 3 times a week. If you can do more, like stretching, little bit of jogging, a little bit, go out there, have a nice walk, breathe in fresh air, and obviously that can help. Doing some kind of fitness at least. We're not talking about working out. We're talking about fitness that can provide good effects on your life and your mental state. As well, what I notice here, what we have in Spain, we call it siesta, which are naps during the day. So around between 3, 4, or until like 6 something. Or like, yeah, so like around 3 or like 2:30 until 7:30 around there. So that's like 1.5 or 2 hour nap. And after, that's what I noticed here in Spain, during the evening until like 2 a.m., right? People go out, they have dinner, good stuff, having good time. Well, not dinner that late, but I mean like, have fun because it's summer right now and it's Spain. So, Spain is vacation, stuff like that. So they do naps here. Because if you wake up at 9 a.m. or something like this, you have breakfast, you have a nice productive morning, and you do some stuff like go for a walk, do some things around the house, or because it's still not that hot, you go to the beach, right? You do some stuff, you play, you get tired after beach, obviously, or swimming in the pool in the morning. Always good. They come back, they eat, have something, they relax a little bit, and they go for a nap. 1.5 or 2 hours later, they have more energy, and they go do different other hobbies. Because imagine if you don't have that one nap during the day. You woke up at 9 a.m., you do all of that stuff, you're still awake, you're doing something during the 1.5 or 2 hours, you're still doing something, that you lose energy, and then you still have the whole fucking evening and the rest of the afternoon. You're gonna be tired by like 9:30 or 10, and you're already going to bed. So what they do is, because it's so hot in here during the day, you have nothing to do outside, so they stay home, they take a nap. And when the heat gets down, they can go out and do something with people. So that's what I noticed they do here, and they kind of have this productive day. I mean, like, just to me, okay, sure, 1.5 hour, 2 hours, you can do a lot of stuff in it, right? Me personally, I don't have those naps, honestly. But now I think about it, could be a good idea. Maybe I'll have a productive day. I should see for myself and try to see. But yeah, having naps is good, I guess, because I see the way the people do it here, and they manage to have a productive day. They manage to fit in a lot of stuff, because it's like thinking about this way. When you wake up, you have a good amount of energy, right? And during the day it goes down, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you get to sleep. When you have a nap, it's like this. Boom, a lot of good amount of energy. Take a nap, it gets back a little bit. And then this is how much you have left for the rest of your afternoon and evening. For people who don't take naps, it's always reducing. You never get this recharge. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you think about it, that's maybe the reason that they have the productive day. They have more energy to do things. They're more focused. They have they have this like a break. And we've spoken about this last episode. Is if you feel tired and you need a break, go take a nap instead of, oh, I'm gonna relax or do something, right? Because even when you're relaxing, you're doing nothing, you're still using energy, right? Energy still little by little goes down. So yeah, that's why I think naps can help in a lot of stuff. What do you think, Ahmed?
For sure, because for me it has happened before where I need to go to bed late and then I need to wake up early for school, and then in the afternoon I take a nap. But the problem with me sometimes is, let's say I need to do something at 6, so I need to wake up at 6. Sometimes it's difficult for me to wake up from a nap because I slept so little during the night. So if your sleep is bad, then your naps are going to be, it's going to be more,
Longer.
yeah, you're going to treat the naps as sleep as well, and then it's going to be difficult to wake up from them. So taking naps is good, but if your sleep is bad, it's also going to affect your naps, and they need to be longer. And your sleep needs to be good anyway. Naps cannot replace sleep, but naps are a good way to recover and to basically, after you come back from work or from school, you can take a nap for like half an hour or 1 hour, something like this, to recover a little bit, to rest a little bit, and then wake up and do something with the newer energy.
Yeah, so true. So with the naps, as Ahmed and I said, that happened to me a lot. I come from school because I wake up at like fucking 7, right? Or maybe even a little bit earlier. I work so hard at school, right? I study whatever. I came home at like 3 something. I got home. I eat, and I would go take a nap, right? 1 hour. So around let's say 5:30 or 6 p.m. I wake up, and I have 2 more hours till 8 p.m. and like 4 more hours till midnight. Some cases I could go 1 a.m., but that's extreme. And then I have like 5 hours sleep, which is 5 or 6 hours sleep, and that's a little bit, that's already messed up. So during that like 1 hour nap or something, it will boost your energy to do your homework, a lot of your other stuff, right? And people do it. In Spain, we do it because we have, as I said, we have something called siesta here, which is taking naps during the day. I don't know in other countries, but here it's like they're part of the culture. Like that's people do it here. It's very normal. The swimming pool, you cannot swim during the day because people take a nap, and if it make noise, they wake up. Right? They have this rule. You cannot swim during the day sometimes, like for like 1 or 2 hours. So like 3 p.m. until 5:30, like stuff like this. You cannot swim for 2.5 hours because you make noise, like you're in a swimming pool, you make noise, stuff like this, and people cannot sleep because of the nap they take during the day. I understand why they take it. I understand why they don't let people swimming in the swimming pool during the day. Good reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. How it is in Spain about taking naps and how it can affect your day in a better way, I guess. Eating healthy is also important. It reduces your body weight, you lose muscle. You need water, you need food to keep your muscle stable. Because if not, well, it's muscle tissues. They have the properties to get bigger and to get smaller, obviously, right? So if you don't eat enough, that's what happens. So me myself, I sometimes forget to eat because I'm always on this working, and I sometimes forget about eating. And it certainly has its effects on me. I'm not gonna lie, some might sound stupid, but I have noticed because of this summer that I started like using my laptop around because I started working a little bit during the summer on laptop, doing stuff, doing different things, earning a little bit of money, and doing the podcast all the time, right? And most of the time it's hot and I don't really have anything to do, so I stay home and stuff like this. Sometimes forget to eat, and I noticed my hairline on the right side has started reducing a little bit more than on the left. Could be the result of not eating enough or the sleep problem that having sleep schedule. Just saying, guys, could be because of that. I'll change some stuff, try to get better, and see if this. I think you can guys notice it, right? I think Ahmed, you can notice it. Like this part, yeah, is a little bit more than. So certainly, guys, it has its effects. So don't be like me. Get in food, and obviously, if you're a hardworking person, sometimes you can forget. Stuff happens. But make sure you do get at the end. That food into your body, the nutrition that helps you to have good teeth, good hair, which sometimes for me is right now is a little bit is fucked up. But yeah, and obviously your muscle weight and muscle mass in your body for sure. That's how eating healthy can affect a lot. And if you don't eat healthy, that's what can happen to you. So lack of fitness and eating less or not eating properly can affect your mental state. It can affect your other stuff. I sometimes have when like I stand up to go to the bathroom or something or grab a snack, and my head feels like this.
Yeah,
That's
dizzy.
yeah. So drink water. Like I'm finishing this cup already, and you need to eat more. So we're speaking from somebody who knows lack of food is pretty shit for your body. Yeah, that's pretty much it that I can add on health right now.
So that's going to be it for this episode. This was the second part of episode 5, and we talked about how to upgrade your character in real life. You can go back and watch the first part if you haven't watched it yet. We talked about different things there that can also help you fix your life. So go and watch that and remember all of the things here, because if you just watch it and then don't remember anything and don't take any action, this is not going to help you at all, and you just waste your time watching this. So when you watch this, actually try to learn and try to take action and improve everything. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. If this helped you, if the podcast helped you in general, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any upcoming content.
And if you guys feel like if you feel like you have lazy friends who should get on this path, share this podcast with them.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, guys.